Welcome to Elevate English. Elevate your English. Elevate your life. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to the Elevate English channel. Let's start our story. The Colors of Us. It was a quiet autumn afternoon when Larner first met Thomas, though it hardly felt like a meeting at all. She had been sitting on the edge of a park bench, sketching the trees as their leaves began to turn golden. The air was crisp, with the scent of pine and earth in the wind, and the world seemed to slow down just enough for her to feel like she was part of it. Larner was an artist, and the park was one of her favorite places to draw. It was where she found inspiration, where she could see the beauty in things that most people missed, the play of light on a leaf, the way shadows bent across the grass. She was a dreamer, a quiet observer of the world. Sometimes she felt like an outsider, as though she were seeing things through a lens no one else could understand. But in the park, under the golden light, the world felt soft, and for a few hours each day, she felt as though she belonged. She didn't expect anyone to notice her, but someone did. "Do you mind if I sit here?" a voice asked, interrupting her concentration. Larner looked up to see a man standing in front of her, holding a coffee cup in one hand and a brown leather bag slung over his shoulder. His eyes were a shade of blue she hadn't seen before, bright but somehow soft, like the ocean just before sunrise. His smile was warm, with an inviting quality that made her feel immediately at ease, though she wasn't used to the intrusion. Larner blinked, momentarily startled, then nodded. "Sure." He sat down beside her, his presence gentle but noticeable. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Larner was unsure whether she should engage in conversation. She had always been shy around strangers, preferring the silence of her own company. But there was something about this man, his stillness, that made her feel like she could relax, like she wasn't alone. "What are you drawing?" he asked after a while, glancing over at her sketchbook. Larner hesitated, a little self-conscious. Her drawings were personal to her, ways for her to make sense of the world. She wasn't used to showing them to anyone. But then she saw the genuine curiosity in his eyes, and she found herself answering. "Just or the trees," as she replied, turning the page so he could see. "I like how they change with the seasons." Thomas leaned in slightly, studying the pencil lines on the page. "I see that. It's like you're capturing a moment that won't last forever." Larner smiled, surprised by how easily he understood. "Exactly," as she said, her voice soft. "I've always felt like everything changes, but some things are too beautiful to let go of." Thomas nodded, his eyes reflecting the same kind of quiet observation that she was familiar with. "I think that's why I take photographs. I want to capture those fleeting moments too, the ones that can slip away so easily." The way he spoke, so thoughtfully, made Larner feel like they were two people who had lived parallel lives, seeing the world in similar ways, but perhaps never meeting until now. She felt a connection she couldn't quite explain, an unspoken understanding between them. "Are you a photographer?" she asked, curious. "Yeah," Thomas said with a smile. "I've been photographing for years. I love capturing life as it is, without any filters or embellishments. Just real moments. But I think you get that, as an artist." Larner nodded, grateful that he saw her art for what it was, not just a collection of drawings, but a way of capturing life, of understanding the unseen. They fell into an easy silence, the kind that happens when two people don't need to say anything because their thoughts align. The world around them seemed to slow down as the sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting a warm glow over the park. It was as though time had given them a gift, a moment where everything was perfect, untouched by the rush of the outside world. Eventually, the light began to fade, and Larner closed her sketchbook, realizing that she'd been sitting there for hours. Thomas stood up as well, stretching his arms overhead. "It's getting late," he said, glancing around the park. "I should probably head out." Larner nodded, surprised by how easily the conversation had flowed. "I guess I should go too. It was nice talking to you." "You too," Thomas said with a smile. "Maybe I'll see you here again tomorrow." "I come every day," Larner said before she could stop herself, the words slipping out without thought. She immediately felt self-conscious, but Thomas didn't seem to mind. "Well, then I'll be here," he replied, his tone light but sincere. "I'd like to see you again." Larner smiled, her heart fluttering in a way she hadn't expected. She nodded, and with that, they parted ways. The following weeks felt different. Every afternoon, Larner returned to the park, her sketchbook in hand, but now she felt a quiet anticipation, as though she was waiting for something she couldn't quite name. And every day, just as the sun began to set, Thomas would appear, sitting down next to her on the bench, their shared silence often filled with soft words about art, about life, and about the small moments that made everything feel significant. They didn't need to rush. Their connection grew naturally, like the slow unfolding of a story that had already been written. Larner found herself sharing things she hadn't said aloud in years. She told him about her childhood, about how she had always been drawn to art because it gave her a way to express what words couldn't. She spoke about the sadness she sometimes felt, not because of anything particular, but because she had always been a dreamer, a person who saw the world through a different lens. Thomas listened intently, his eyes never leaving hers. He told her about his love for photography, about how he had started capturing life because he wanted to preserve moments that could easily fade away, unnoticed by most people. He shared stories of his travels and his experiences, and the more they talked, the more Larner realized how much they had in common. They were both searching for meaning, both trying to understand life's fleeting beauty in their own way. One evening, as they sat together, the conversation turned quieter. The park was nearly empty, save for a few people walking their dogs, and the air was cool with the promise of winter. Larner couldn't help but notice how the light from the nearby street lamps cast a soft glow on Thomas's face, giving him an almost ethereal quality. She turned her attention back to the trees, their branches swaying gently in the wind, and the world felt still for a moment. "You know," Thomas said softly, breaking the silence, "I think you've taught me something." Larner raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "Oh? What's that?" "To slow down," he said with a smile. "To really see the world around me, instead of just rushing through it. You do that naturally. You take the time to notice things most people don't. It's beautiful." Larner felt her heart skip a beat. His words touched something deep within her, a part of her she hadn't allowed herself to feel in a long time. "I think you've taught me something too," as she said, her voice quiet. "You've taught me to capture the beauty in what's real, not just what I want to see." Thomas smiled, his gaze softening as he looked at her. "I think we're both trying to do the same thing, in our own ways." They sat in companionable silence again, the air between them warm despite the coolness around them. As the days passed, their bond grew deeper, and Larner found herself looking forward to every moment they spent together. One afternoon, as the days grew colder, Thomas surprised her with a small package wrapped in brown paper. "For you," he said, handing it to her with a grin. Larner opened it carefully, her heart fluttering with anticipation. Inside was a framed photograph of the park at dusk, the same view from their bench, but this time captured through his eyes. It was a simple shot, but it was filled with meaning: the empty bench under the trees, the soft light from the street lamps, and the peaceful stillness of the world around it. Larner was speechless. She had never seen anything so beautiful. "It's perfect," she whispered, her voice full of emotion. "You've captured exactly how I feel when I come here." Thomas smiled, his eyes meeting hers. "I wanted you to know. You see more than most people, Larner. And I think that's why I keep coming back. Because you make the world feel like it's worth noticing." And in that moment, Larner realized that she had found something she hadn't even known she was looking for. A love that didn't need grand gestures, a connection that was built on understanding, on the quiet appreciation of the world around them, and on the beauty of two souls coming together. Their love wasn't loud or dramatic. It was the quiet beauty of a shared moment, the understanding between two people who had learned to appreciate the world in all its imperfect glory. And as they sat together on that park bench, with the trees swaying above them and the street lamps casting their gentle glow, Larner knew that she and Thomas had found something rare, a love that would last, even as the seasons changed. The end.